I'm just starting my day, right? I'm just starting my day, and I was watching few videos, and something clicked. Something clicked. Like I just can't even wait to like I like something clicked, and I said, let me just make a video about it straight away. I can't even I don't even want to wait and set up a camera or whatever before I talk about it. I wasn't even planning to film any videos today, but I just said, you know what, let me just turn my camera on and talk about this. You guys, I don't know if you have seen, really, please follow me. Even if it's confusing, I think it will make sense at the end, right? Now, so what happened recently? I put 2 plus 2 together, and what I'm saying, guys, what I'm saying. Okay, think about this, right? Think about this. There are two when it comes to blogging, and like when it comes to blogging, like people written blogs and video blogs or whatever you want to call them, or vlogs, whatever you want to call them. The two top. When I say two top, like I think I can put it that way. The two top, the two top areas will be when it comes to making of videos. It's Freeze. Okay, Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze was at the top of it all when it came to dragging Sulèman, talking about Sulèman, speaking about his inconsistency. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one that named him Autobolizer, right? Guys, follow this, right? Autobolizer. Guys, follow this. Just follow me step by step. Now, and I remember there was a time when Sulèman, there was a video that came out, and Sulèman said, I've read the Bible 36 times. Another time he said, I've read the Bible so and so times. Freeze was the one that came up and made the video and said, Sulèman, how many times the sun is coming out and is making my camera too bright? So the sun is going to keep going up and down. Anyways, he was the one that said, what's it called? Oh, Sulèman, so how many times then did you read the Bible? If you're going to claim you read it 36 times and then you read it 27 times or whatever. There's so much when it comes to the voices, videos. When it comes to videos, one of the people that pulled Sulèman so much, dragged him so much, was Sulèman. He was at the top there. When I say the top there, when it comes to making of videos. And then all of a sudden, really follow what I'm saying. All of a sudden, one day, Freeze came up and said Sulèman is his friend, and people were like confused. Me, I'm not going to come here and say he was paid or he was not paid. I was not there, so I can't say that, right? But if you're going to be honest, we're going to say that there is a difference, because you cannot wake up from always, because talking about somebody's actions and all these things he's doing that you say are unbiblical and all of those things, and then just wake up one day and snap out of it. It was not even like a gradual process. There was just so much. I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to come here and say he was paid. I was not there. But what I'm saying that there's a difference, right? Sulèman was able to get, so whether money was paid or money was not paid, one fact is this. That is one thing we can all agree on, is that Sulèman was able to get Daddy Freeze on his side. Right? Somehow, right? He was able to get Daddy Freeze on his side, befriending him or whatever you want to call it, right? Now, so he closed that chapter of Freeze no longer coming for him. So Freeze no longer exposing him. Freeze no longer, he closed that chapter somehow. I don't know how he closed it. Ordinary friendship, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. But he looked after that aspect of it, right? And then the next thing then, when it comes to written blogs, Freeze is the top. Let me put it that way. You can say Freeze is the top when it comes to a video aspect of it. But when it comes to writing, the written aspect, written blogs, Instablog Niger is at the top. You may say Linda Ikeji, but let me tell you, Linda Ikeji is his website. You see, when it comes to Instagram and social media aspect of it, Instablog, as far as I know, because I checked their Instagram and I saw that they're like 4.5 or 5.4 million followers. Linda Ikeji is not as big as that. After Sulèman sorted Freeze out, I don't know which one he did first, but I have seen that now he has been able to get Instablog on his side. First thing first was the first time, there was a time, I remember a while back, that Instablog did a sponsored ad or something like that for Sulèman. And people were commenting that, Instablog, when did you start doing advert for Sulèman? But I thought to myself, well, they are there. It's a business. People pay for advert. People pay them for ad and they do the ad. So there's nothing, whatever, there. So I felt like, oh, there's no big deal. Like, these people are there. They make their money. People pay for sponsored ad. It doesn't matter what they think of Sulèman. If you pay them for an ad, there's nothing wrong with them doing an ad. And there was nothing, honestly, there's still nothing wrong with it, right? No matter what they think of Sulèman. But now I'm seeing what is going on. Sulèman paid for an ad. And you see, there's been so many stories of him bribing people, buying people off or whatever. And I think the strategy he used for Instablog Naija is this. He went there for a sponsored ad. He paid for an ad. For a paid ad. And them, there's nothing wrong. They took that. So he's not bribing them, but he's not bribing them, but he's patronizing them. Right? This is what I'm thinking. He tried to find a way to get him on his side because Instablog Naija was big. I don't know if you see, I don't follow them all the time, but I follow them. Instablog Naija has been known as big when it comes to exposing people. And they strategized. Sulèman and his people strategized. Freeze is one. Right? Because when Freeze discusses some things, some newspapers may carry it, some whatever may carry it. So he felt like on the video side is Freeze. He got Freeze to his side. Friendship, whatever you want to call it. And then he got Instablog Naija on his side by patronizing them. He could have done it in a way that if, for example, they charge 5,000, I'm just using a random number. If, for example, they charge, let's say 10,000 for an ad, he could give them 1 million for an ad. He could make them, he may give them an offer they can't refuse. An offer that makes him their best customer ever. That makes him their best customer ever. And then when he becomes their well-paid, the best paid customer or well-paying customer, tomorrow when you bring a saga, Instablog may not want to get involved because this is their customer. Are you guys getting what I'm getting? I said this thing clicked. I was like, this is not the one to go and start setting up camera, doing makeup or whatever to do this video. No, I said no. I just wanted to just drop it quickly. I just wanted to just quickly drop what's coming to my mind. So now, listen, I've not even reached the sweetest part. I've not even reached the top part yet. I'm only just waking up. So now he's no longer just somebody they can just blog about. He is a customer. There is a way you don't treat your customer. They've not done anything wrong. I can't say they've done anything wrong. I can't say that because every business knows what it is to treat that. Because every business knows what it is to treat their customers right. So he found a way. This is what I think. He found a way to get into them by being a well-paying customer or the best-paying customer. So if you like, bring any saga in this world to Instablog Naija, they no go touch him. Because he is their customer. They cannot afford to lose a well-paying customer. Did you see that? I'm not faulting them. I'm not faulting them. They are doing their own hustle. Okay? I'm not faulting them because you can't say they took a bribe. They are collecting money from him as paid ad. It's a business. Are you getting it? But that business has somehow prevented them from ever talking about him. Do you know why it later clicked? Recently, the so-called free food hotel that he opened, the two people that were as far as I know, the first two people that were the ones to spread the news of the so-called free restaurant is Daddy Freeze and Instablog Naija. Daddy Freeze made a video promoting and speaking about, oh, look at what Sulèman is doing. He is doing the right thing. He is giving free food. Instablog Naija shared it as well. Let me tell you, Daddy Freeze, I do not believe he sat in his house and he's made it. My people will say, yes, my people will say, how do I say? In Igbo language, we say, like, did you smell your hand in your nose? I'll be like, there's one video somewhere of Sulèman, Sulèman free restaurant. I found it. No. The same, I believe Sulèman sent it to, I believe Sulèman sent it to Daddy Freeze, and he sent it to Instablog Naija. Possible he said to them, it's easy for him to tell you it's easy for him to say, Freeze, can you discuss this on your channel? They are friends now, so friends will do things for friends. At the same time, Instablog Nigeria, he could say, can you guys, post this on your whatever. But this time, don't write, because Instablog Nigeria will normally write sponsored ad or sponsored post. He may say, we patronizing you guys all the time. You don't have to put the sponsored post there. Just put it. Don't put sponsored post. Or he could say, I've patronized you guys so much. We've been paying so well. Can you guys not do this one for me as Jara, as Fisi? Do you know what I mean? As in, just do this one for me because I've been paying for it. Why is it these two people that have shared his so-called free restaurant food? He's trying to create an image for the world to say. One, he wants to shut people that would expose him up. And secondly, he wants them now on his side. And thirdly, he's now using them to spread a message of the picture he wants the world to think of him. Get this point. Two blogging system. The written blogs and the video making aspect. That the freeze is what he decided to go through for the video aspect. And when it comes to the written one, he decided to use Instablog Niger. I said, when he clicked on me today, I said, no wonder there are some things that no wonder. I said, this is beginning to make sense. This is beginning to make a lot of sense. And it got me thinking, what makes a man so desperate to cover up, so desperate to, he is so desperate. And I'm honestly beginning to think that is beyond what you guys, is beyond what the world is seeing. The so-called Amos videos coming up, the so-called Matter and Faith, I'm beginning to think is more than that. Something is saying to me, this man that said that he can make people disappear. He said it himself, that he's a dangerous person, that he can make people disappear. And I'm thinking to myself, could it be that this man has actually made people disappear in the past? And he is so worried that something is... I am sitting and I'm saying to myself, there is something bigger than what we think or what we think we know. There is something bigger. What makes a pastor, a so-called pastor, so desperate to cover up? So desperate to, let me tell you, he's not the only pastor that gets discussed in Nigeria. Why so much strategizing and planning and all of this? Why? There is so much more. I believe there is so much more. So a so-called pastor is now so preoccupied with covering up, with strategizing, day in, day out. Security advisor ringing people, and why is that the biggest, how did that become the biggest heart desire or the biggest thing that now occupies the so-called pastor's mind? Is the pastor not to be preoccupied with preaching the gospel, with the work of the gospel? Why? What will make a so-called pastor be so preoccupied with strategies, strategy upon strategy, strategy upon strategy, paying his former houseboy $60-something thousand or $40-something thousand? According to Mark Davis was paid over about $60,000. What is going on? What is this man covering? In the so-called civilized part of the world, this guy will be investigated so much right now. The restlessness and the need to strategize, to shut people up, it is too powerful. It is more than what we think we know. There is something going on. You see the so-called free food restaurant. When I heard about it, I thought about Sami Okposo. That baby mama came out and said she's pregnant. The first thing Sami Okposo did was he went and did apology post on Instagram. And people were like, wow, he's so humble. He came out himself and even confessed before he got caught. And all of those things. Nobody knew that, no, he was trying to beat the baby mama to it by coming out first. Sulèman coming out to go and do a free food restaurant like this, quick. Why? I believe he is trying to be ahead of what is to come. Oh my goodness. So people may take a lot of these videos as let me tell you, some people don't get it. There is so much more. There is so much more people should be looking at and looking at. I say, because some people feel like the problem mistake people make is thinking it's not my family, it's not my father, my mother that is affected. So why talk about it? Tomorrow it could be your father or your brother. The one person that is arrested by Sulèman for no reason, a YouTuber, was arrested by Sulèman for saying that his miracle money does not make sense or whatever he said. Because that guy is not your family member does not mean you should be quiet. It could be your family member tomorrow. Nobody should have the power to shut people up. There's something called freedom of speech. You may say, no, don't talk. Tomorrow it could be your family member that they'll be shutting up from saying the truth. People like Amos, they got his father locked up. People that are in hiding because they are scared of Sulèman. The alleged secondary school girls that have so many allegations against this guy. If the secondary school girl is your daughter, is your sister, will you say people should not speak about it? You don't have to wait until it happens to you before you speak. There is something this guy is trying to do. The so-called free food. Free food, the same man that the house boys that were living in his house said they were paying them 7,000 a month. Only 7,000. Now he's starting free food restaurant. All of a sudden, out of the blue. What is he trying to cover? What is he trying to cover? I really want people to think about these things. I really want people to think about these things. Let me tell you guys, right? Let me tell you guys, as it is right now, there is nothing. Look at, let me tell you, that the freeze is my brother. Let me put it like that. It doesn't mean I will not speak what's on my mind. No matter what Sulèman does right now, that the freeze will not speak about it. Nothing. The same time you see that the freeze may speak about other pastors when they come up on whatever. He will do that. But when it comes to Sulèman, that the freeze does not put mouth anymore at all. You see Instablog, the way it's going or what I'm seeing now, even if you produce a video of Sulèman doing the worst thing in the world, I don't see Instablog Nigeria getting involved in it. Sulèman has strategized. He has shut his biggest fears up. That's what he has done. Freeze was his big fear. Instablog was his big fear. He has shut them up in whatever way. He has shut them up. You know what is interesting? You see all this free food restaurant. You know when, if I'm not mistaken, it was when he came out and announced that he bought his third private jet during lockdown, during COVID, and he was praying for COVID not to end. When people started talking, before they would talk small, he started sharing for 5,000, started doing a giveaway because he knows Nigerians are hungry. Once you feed them, they can see atrocity and keep quiet because of belle. Money. Once you give them giveaway, 5,000 giveaway, give away free food. That is one of those powerful things that people use to shut the poor and the oppressed up. Up. Because they know they are hungry. Because they know these people are hungry. Think about it. I said it dawned on me and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to sit down and talk about this. I can't wait to sit down and talk about it. But you know what's great? One of the amazing things in this life. Thank God our God is not hungry. Thank God our God is not hungry. Our God does not need takeaway. Our God does not need, what's it called? Giveaway. Our God is not hungry. You cannot feed God in a free restaurant. You cannot feed God in a free restaurant. And you cannot give giveaway to shut God up. That is the amazing thing about it all. If you like today, go and produce a video of Sulèman on top of whatever you want to call it, whatever. Go and give it. I don't believe that Instablog will share it. What has he done? Look at what he has done. The question for people to think about is, what is he trying to cover? I was watching this morning. I was watching Maureen Badejo's video from yesterday. Church members in one of the churches in Europe, that a pastor collapsed on top of altar and his life ended there. They said Sulèman did not help the family, did not. If you hear some of these things, if you hear some of these things, and I'm like, there is so much coming up that this man wants to cover up, that he's trying to be ahead of. He wants to cover it all up before it comes out. My people, that came to my mind, and honestly, I wasn't planning to make any videos today. I was just sitting down here having my morning drink, and few things clicked, and I was like, oh my goodness, let me just record this straight. And I was, oh my goodness, I couldn't wait to make a video about it. There's so much strategy. For me, the worry is not even about the strategies. The biggest worry is, what is he trying to cover? what is this trying to, what is he trying to cover? This guy, another area he wanted to cover that didn't work out. You see, he has cornered Freeze with a friendship, whatever way you want to call it. He has cornered Instablog Niger. They have not done anything wrong, honestly. They have not, I'm going to be honest, they haven't done anything wrong. He paid for ad and they do it. Now he has become a good customer. It's as simple as that. I cannot say Instablog Niger did anything wrong. He's paying them for ad, right? But he has cornered Freeze. He cornered Instablog Niger. But do you know another area he wanted to cover is the church area, the spiritual area. He tried to, bring Adeboye under his own side, so they can say, yes, Adeboye is on his side. Instablog, written blog, Freeze, video, blog, whatever. And then Adeboye's spiritual aspect, so that he can be called the son of Adeboye. But unfortunately for him, Adeboye was coming for his church program. Because that way he can show that he's chilling with the big boys. But Adeboye then, around that time, that audio came out where he told somebody, his own voice, told somebody that I am a dangerous person, I can make you disappear. When that happened, Baba Adeboye did not go. Baba Adeboye, I'm going to start laughing. Baba Adeboye, excuse me. Baba Adeboye, oh God, I laughed too much. Baba Adeboye ran. Baba Adeboye was on his way to attend that program. When he heard that part that he said, I can make people disappear. Baba Adeboye ran away. Adeboye does not want to disappear. Oh God. Sorry. Adeboye ran. Adeboye does not want to.